What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the vlog. It is coronavirus quarantine vlog number 2. Welcome back to the channel. Big shout out to everyone on the channel for the support in the last video. Doubled my number of subscribers on one video, which is absolutely fantastic. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you tap the subscribe button below. Today I'm bringing you guys a different kind of vlog. I'm going to go over my whole fitness journey and show you guys just a little bit of where I came from and where I'm possibly heading with fitness, and take you through the emotional roller coaster that is my fitness career. So when I was younger, especially when I was in like junior high and high school, I was always that skinny guy. I ate literally everything in sight every chance I could. The problem was I was constantly having growth spurts and I was just getting taller and taller and taller. I'm actually 6'4" now, which is kind of tall for someone in the fitness industry. So as I was getting taller and taller, I just could not eat enough food to keep up and fill out. And I wasn't really weight training at the time. In junior high, I played sports like wrestling, cross country, track and field, but I was always a long distance runner. And then when it came to high school, I kind of focused in more on hockey. And as a goalie, you really don't need a lot of muscle to be successful there. So I was always into sports and I was always physically active, but I just wasn't really the most muscular, biggest guy in the room. So starting sophomore year of high school was the first time I started hitting the weight room. At my high school, there were several different gym classes you could choose from. And the gym class that I chose sophomore year was the weightlifting gym class. And needless to say, I was one of the smallest guys in the room. But that really didn't deter me, and starting then, I got a huge passion for fitness and I'd work out extremely hard every chance I get, but I still didn't have a gym membership. And so graduating high school was the first time that I was really allowed by my parents to get a gym membership, and that's where I think my weightlifting journey really started to take off. I was trying to play hockey at Iowa State University, and in order to try out for their program, there are daily workouts the entire summer before tryouts that you have to do, and you have to record your numbers and stats and send all that information back into the coaches. And so this was the first time I was really following like a weightlifting regimen. It did get me to form a really good habit, and I started going to the gym at least 6 times a week and making sure that I was feeding my body plenty of food, but I really didn't know anything about nutrition at the time. When I came to college, I was really considering myself to be someone who weightlifted, but looking back at the photos, because of how tall I was, I just looked like another skinny guy with very little body fat. A couple years went by and I kept doing that, and I kept getting better and better, and I slowly started to put on some size, but there really wasn't much of a structure to my workouts at the time. Because I had hockey practice 4 or 5 times a week, I was getting in the gym every day, but my workouts weren't really as great as they could have been. At the time, I was following a push-pull-legs structure. One day I would do push, so everything like shoulders, triceps, chest, and the other day would be pull day, and that would be back and biceps, and then I would train legs on the third days. So this was one of the first times that I started personally structuring my workouts how I want them structured, and I started seeing some pretty good results. And another big thing I started doing was eating more protein. I started meal prepping with one of my roommates. We would make rice and asparagus and chicken, and I would just eat that for days at a time. It was a great diet for a college student because all of those foods are cheap, and it was really easy because we could cook it all up at once and just have it for 5 days. The problem was 5 days of chicken and rice tastes kind of nasty, so there was plenty of time in this period where I would cheat on the diet a little bit here and there. The big transition for me really happened when I moved to Texas for the first time for an internship. When I moved down to Texas, I really started hitting the gym hard. I had a couple of really good friends down in Houston who were also into fitness, and so there was just a good group of people going to the gym every day, working as hard as I possibly could. Plus it really helped that I was working 40+ hour weeks, so I really didn't have to do anything outside of work aside from go to the gym and eat, which was perfect for me. I put on a lot of really good size, and this was actually the first time that I benched 225, so I felt like the big man on campus, and I felt like I was finally somebody who weightlifted. This kept progressing over the next couple years, but I really wasn't watching my diet, and I knew nothing about nutrition at the time, and I kept gaining size, and eventually I started looking pretty happy with how I looked. I went down to Texas a second time, and I got a new group of friends, and we ended up going to the gym all the time, and I was making really good progress and starting to see my back wind out and my shoulders fill out. I even met some really cool people at the Alphalete gym and got some sick photos there that really highlighted what I looked like at the time. But when I started seeing those photos at like a professional quality and comparing my physique and what I built with other people who do fitness continuously over the years, I really started to see that I needed to get my diet under control. Yes, I had built up like some good muscle mass and I was weighing 220, 230 pounds at the time, but there wasn't really much definition and they were definitely not abs. Coming back this year, this was the first time that I really started getting my diet structured correctly, and I really started focusing on my workouts and having really good, intense workouts. And I actually bought a new workout plan that's broken down differently. And so after doing push-pull legs for about 4 years, just recently I got on a new program where I'm doing arms and shoulders on one day, back and chest on another day, and then I'll do legs on their own for the third day. And so I'll do that whole cycle twice a week and then take a rest day on the 7th day. It's really important to take a rest day too. There was a long period of time last year where I wasn't taking a rest day at all, and so I was working out really hard and really intensely, and this was when I started to control my diet a little bit, so I started losing some weight, but I really wasn't seeing any muscle growth at the time because I wasn't giving my muscles a chance to rest after all those hard workouts. Coming into 2020, coming into the new year, I had a couple of really good people that I met while I was at my parents' house and going to local gyms in their area, and they all thought that I was already competing in men's physique competitions, which is a subset of bodybuilding for those of you who aren't as into the bodybuilding scene. I told them, no, I'm just someone who works out, stay happy and active and healthy, and I'm trying to build my perfect physique. But they really kept pushing me and encouraging me, and so I decided to do it, and starting spring 2020, I officially went on a cut, and I was trying to cut all the body fat so I could step on stage March 28th at the Wisconsin Natural Bodybuilding Classic. So this was all going great, and I started following a new diet and making sure that I was eating at a calorie deficit, high protein, medium carb, low fat, and really just eating good whole foods. So a lot of eggs, a lot of meat, turkey, chicken, fish, steak, and then for carbs I was doing mainly vegetables and sweet potato, and the weight was falling right off. And I mean, I really could not have been happier with the way my cut was going. I have some videos where I have veins going all the way down my abs, and I was just flabbergasted. I had no idea that I could do that, and the fact that I was able to have the willpower and strength to avoid eating bad foods and avoid cheating on my diet for 10 weeks in a row was absolutely fantastic. The problem is, at that point, that's when the coronavirus hit and everything started getting shut down. They started closing the gyms, they started canceling competitions, and next thing I knew, I had dieted down from about 215, 217 pounds to 195 pounds, and I had no show to go to and nothing to show for it. So after the competition was canceled, I kind of took a step back and I was like, wow, this really sucks, but at the end of the day, like, I'm someone who came from being extremely skinny to somewhat built, naturally working really hard at it over a 5-year period. And the fact that I'm even considering trying to do a bodybuilding competition again is absolutely insane. And I think that the fact that I made it this far is really awesome and just shows how much progress you can make with nothing but willpower and hard work. So looking back at my entire fitness journey so far, there are a couple things that I wish I knew sooner. I really wish, number one, that I knew how important nutrition was. Number two, in case you can't tell, I do not have too many before photos, especially before photos of me shirtless. If I could do another thing over again, I would really make sure that I took more photos of myself during the process of working out and building my perfect physique for how I want to look and how I want to shape my body. It would have been so much better just to have more photos of comparisons to really show myself how far I've gone, because really the only person I'm trying to beat here is myself, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm growing and I'm making progress towards how I want to look every single day. Third thing that I wish I would have known going into my fitness journey, I really wish that I would have made more friends earlier in my weightlifting career who also enjoy going to the gym, challenging themselves, and just working on bettering themselves physically and mentally. Right now, I've built up an awesome network of people who are working on bettering themselves physically and mentally, and honestly, the support network is absolutely amazing. If you're trying to work towards a fitness goal, whether it's gaining weight or gaining muscle or losing weight, whatever you're trying to do, the more friends you can make who support your goals and are supportive of you, the better your journey is going to be. If you made it this far through the video, really, first off, thank you for watching. I extremely appreciate it. But really, just heart-to-heart moment here. Know that no matter what your goals are or what you're working towards right now, whether it's something physical or if it's making money, if it's a business, if you just want to better yourself mentally, know that you can accomplish those goals. And even though it may seem really far off and distant, the more you just stay working and beating on your craft, the closer you're going to be to the end goal at the end of the day. Even if other people don't have that vision and if they can't see what you're working towards right now, make sure that you take that vision you have and you hold that and you keep it near and dear to your heart. I know that personally I still have a lot bigger goals when it comes to fitness. I want to compete next year or this year, hopefully still, and I really just want to grow my perfect physique and continue working on myself and bettering myself. And a lot of other people still can't see that, and I know that deep in my heart that's what I'm working on. And so really, I just say to everyone out there, keep working, keep grinding. If I can go from looking like this to looking like this in 5 years, anything you want to do or dream or achieve or whatever, it's possible. So just go out and work at it. Alright, that was way too sappy. I'll probably bring you guys some home gym workouts and a home gym tour coming up soon, but I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Make sure you hit that bell and subscribe below if you haven't yet. I appreciate every single one of you, and stay at it, work hard, and grind hard.